Diagwit, Ruth is anam dum, agus tá fáilte rolt goodie má channel. Hello, how are you? My name is Ruth and you're very welcome to my channel. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, as we can see, we're embracing the green today, the day that's in it. I thought I'd start off the channel a bit different, seeing as, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day, it's our national day, so it's nice to kind of have a little bit of Irish thrown in there as well. Today's video, as you'll see in the description, is my Panthose eyeshadows update. I hope this video turns out okay, because unfortunately I've broken my camera and I'm recording on my phone, which I'm trying to get used to, so bear with me if you wouldn't mind until I kind of work everything out with it. It also means I won't be able to do the random generator and tiny decisions on the phone live with you, because it's on my phone and I'm recording on it. Anyway, so yeah, today is my update on the Panthose eyeshadows. So I'll start off with progress. So last month I rolled in the Charlotte Tilbury Vintage Vamp palette, and I have this shade down the very bottom here, and I have used that shade 9 times. So I had put a goal of 15 on it. So that means, oh no, sorry, I put a goal of 20 on this one because it's a regular shade. It's something that's easily usable. So I've used it 9 times, so I have another 11 times to go on this one. So hopefully that should be done by next update. Next up is my Carnival, my Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Love Tahiti Stacey Marie Makeup Artist Palette. We know how these brands love all their names. So in this one, I was really excited to get, actually, because I mean, it couldn't have come at a better time considering the month it's in it. So I have the shade Tahiti Green, and I have used that shade 11 times. So I set a goal at 15 on it, so I have 4 more to go on it, and I'm happy out, because like the month of March, you couldn't have got a better month to use it. There's a little bit of a dip in it, not much, because you don't need a whole lot on it. I obviously have it on today over the darker. I've kind of used all the shades in the palette today. I used this one obviously, this guy, I hope you can see these, and this guy here. So yeah, it was a bit of crack doing that today. I enjoyed it. So that is that one. So that one will be staying in as well. So next up are my rollouts. So I have had the Kaleidos Futurism Shishimi. No, you know the one. This palette. I've had this in from the start, and I had set myself a goal of 20, and I've used it 20 times now. I have a nice little bit of a dip going in it, so I feel like this might be one that I introduce into another project at some stage to try and hit pan in it. But at the moment, because it kind of contradicts the Shade and Eye palette that I have as my, you know, continuous palette that I have in every month, like a Pan That palette kind of thing, I won't touch it at the moment, but I'm delighted I got to use it 20 times. I'll be honest, if you're wondering, my glitters I haven't taken out and I haven't put into a separate glitter palette. I don't know that I love this formula, if I'm being very honest with you. I know people live and die for it, but it just, I find it very muddy. I find when I try to, you know, incorporate the other shades, I end up with a muddy mess. If I just use one of the shades on their own, you know, with a different palette or whatever, we seem to be fine. But when I blend them together, and I feel as well, these two browns are, what's the point like of having the two of them? I feel like we could have had a different colour there, something a bit more fun and a bit more vibrant. Just my personal opinion. So yeah, it's my one and only Kaleidos palette, so I don't know if that is, you know, how the rest of their formula is, or if I just got the one palette in the collection that maybe isn't their best. I'd love to know if you have this one and other Kaleidos, how does this compare to the others? Good, bad, and different. Let me know. So that is rolling out. That's brilliant. This shade, this is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. If you can see it, it's probably dazzling a little bit. And the shade I got in this is called Super Moon, is it? Yeah, Super Moon. So it's this shade here, and as you can see, I've hit pan on it. I didn't enjoy this shade. this whole pan is just a mushy mess. It's just, I don't know if you can see, so now it's really hard for me to see if you can see. It's just a chunky mess, really, is the only way I can describe it. And it just, like, look at it there, even on the hand. It's just, I don't know. I suppose when you kind of smush it out a bit, it looks a bit better, but trying to do that in your eye can be hard. And like, to even get it to pick up, I have little sponge tip applicators, and that's why I hit pan so easy, because you really had to get it down in there to get it to even apply to one of those. And I mean, if you can't get it to apply one of those, you know, you're in trouble. So not my favorite in the palette. I haven't really used a whole lot of the palette, I'll be very honest with you. I found as well that even the kind of what I would consider to be brownier tones tended to end up a bit pink as well. The whole palette, and I've heard people say this about her other palettes, she really has a thing for pink tones. You know, that seems to be her go-to, and that's fine if that's your thing. But obviously, you know, you're not going to get that from this kind of bluey shade kind of up here or that. But look, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy pink hues, you know what I mean, or rosy hues, so that's not a problem for me. It's just you think you're getting a different shade and then it all turns out to be pinky kind of coloured. So I don't know, just a thought. But still, look, I love the palette, I'm delighted I got it. And yeah, that one is going to be rolling out. Don't love that shade. And lastly then, we have my Shade and Light palette, which is my ongoing palette for the month. So it'll constantly, or for the year should I say, it'll constantly be in. And I had picked the one of the bigger shades. I won't even try with the names because I can't even read them. But it was kind of the tanny kind of orangey toned shade. And as you can see, hopefully I have hit pan on it. So now we have 2 pans in this palette. So that's brilliant, because like we're in March, so there was a pan in January and a pan in February. So yeah, I'm really happy with that progress. So I'm not actually, I suppose the logical thing would be to go into this one next, but I don't think I am, because maybe this time of year just isn't the right time of year. It's not a go-to shade for me, shall we just say. I have been trying to use it as a contour shade, and yeah, it seems to be okay. It's a bit grey toned, but it's okay, it can work. I actually ended up using this one quite a bit as a bronzery blush kind of shade, which was, it was actually lovely for that. I really enjoyed it for that, and obviously in the crease as well and all over the lid, it's beautiful. So the shade that I am going to roll in this month to try and hit pan on is actually this one here. So we're going to try and hit pan on that one, and I think it'll be a good crease shade. I think you could probably use it as an all over lid if you're going to use something else underneath it. You know, there isn't a lot of colour depth to it, shall we say. Yeah, it's basically my skin tone. So yeah, that's the shade that we're hoping to hit goal on this month. Now the only thing with this one, you see, with the kind of yellowy shade and with the tanny kind of shade, I could use them in different ways. So I'd use the yellowy kind of like a banana powder nearly under my eyes and as a face powder, and the other one, as I said, I use as a bronzer and blush type of product. But this one I think is going to be strictly an eyeshadow. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. So that's coming in. Also coming in, I use the Tiny Decision app to pick the palette, and then I use the random generator to pick a shade that doesn't clash with my Shade and Light palette. So the palette that I got is from Makeup Revolution, or Revolution XX. I think this is one of their sister brands. They have about 30 million of them. And this is in X Exposed. And there's 4 shades in it, and I'll be honest with you, there was only really one option because the other 3 would clash with the palette. So if you can see the palette there, we have 4 shades, and the one that we have gone for is the shimmer shade, because obviously there's no shimmer shade in the Kat Von D palette. It's quite a chunky kind of shade. This was heavily influenced by Jessica Brown, because she has this, or she purchased this palette as a dupe for the Pillow Talk palette by Charlotte Tilbury, I think, the small little quad. So yeah, that is the that's how I was influenced, basically. She said it was very like it, and I wasn't going paying the money for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, because you see I had the vintage vamp and I'm not overly impressed with the formula. So yeah, I wanted to get this, and it's nice. Do you know what? It's fine. Being realistic, I have these shades 1,000 times over. I mean, there is absolutely no need to be purchasing it, but you know, that's what happens when you're addicted to buying makeup. And the other palette that got brought in, and it irks me because, no, it doesn't irk me, the palette itself, I'm not sad that it's in, it's just that I cannot keep it clean, and I love keeping stuff clean. I'm a weirdo. This is the Tatty Beauty palette, and I'm avoiding shades that would clash with Shade and Light. So there's quite a few in this that would, but there's quite a few that wouldn't either. And the shade that I got is the Matte Story shade. That is it there. So yeah, that's a different kind of shade for me. I'm not really a warm shadow wearer. If you can see that, can you? So look, it'll be interesting for me to see how I get on with it. Again, with the glitters in this, I've taken out and put into that glitter palette on their own. That's what it looks like there. Yeah, look, I have to use it at some stage and see if I like it, so why not now? I will set a usage goal on this one though, because I don't know how I'm going to get on with it, and I mightn't be the kind of shade that I wear every day, or maybe I'll end up loving it, who knows. So on this one, I'm going to set a goal of 20 uses. So 20 uses on that one. I'm going to keep this one until I hit pan, the Revolution one, because I think that's a doable, because it's quite a squishy formula as well. Not quite super sharp, but there is a squish to it. So hit pan on that one, hit pan on the Shade and Light. 11 more uses on this. I'll probably end up using this more now because I've been really focusing on green looks, because we're all coming up to Paddy's Day and stuff like that. So I haven't really touched this at all. So I think now I'll be using this a bit more, especially because it's a nice dark shade. I'll use it as a liner, which would be perfect for work. And the Carnival palette, the green one then. So I've only got a few uses left in that, didn't I say? Yeah, 4 uses left on the green one. So yeah, that is my update. I suppose I should really do swatches and be some sort of a decent YouTuber, shouldn't I? That'd be a notion. So that is the green and the Poet. We do the Charlotte Tilbury. Dark shade. We'll do the Revolution. There we go, and that's actually up here is the Shade and Light, but you can't even see it because it's my skin tone. So that's kind of the colour palette. I hope you can see all this. This video might be going in the bin, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Because I did have the camera, do you know, the screen of the camera facing me, the screen of the phone facing me, and so I could see what I was doing, but I wasn't looking in the right place. The camera was like looking like this and talking like an idiot. So yeah, I have the camera facing me now, and the screen is facing a mirror behind it that I can't really see. If anyone has any tips or tricks, let me know. It's an iPhone something. I'm not down with the kids. I don't know. Alexi. Why do I always forget? Alexi is the creator of this brilliant idea, because this just took off like wildfire across the panning community, and it is such a fun one. I binge watch all of these, so if you do these kind of videos or you're on Instagram doing them, please let me know down below, because I just love them, addicted. So yeah, I'll link Alexi's channel down below. She's back doing it this year as well, but I'll also actually link Rebecca Morgan's. The reason being is that she is where I first saw this and where I first went down the rabbit hole of just binging all of these Panthoseeyeshadows videos and wanting to take part in it this year. And she's back doing it as well. She was kind of humming and hawing as to whether she would or wouldn't, but she just this month has started again, so that was really exciting. Really enjoyed that video. But that is it. I think that is everything. Oh, my doggie's all better. Well, He's on the road to recovery. He's home and he's doing much better. It's his liver that's the problem, unfortunately. But the vet was saying you can regenerate the liver. So we're feeding him special foods and tablets and stuff like that. But like in the last 3 days alone, he's a different dog. He's just hyper as he used to be, and he's sleeping well, he's eating well, he's loads of energy, he's going for good long walks again. And yeah, our old dog just seems to be back, which is fantastic. We were so worried. We really thought, oh God, is this it? But no, it's not it. And he's doing wonderful. And thank you to everyone who asked how he was doing. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope you have a lovely St. Paddy's Day. Paddy's Day. No T's, all D's. Paddy's. Hope you have a lovely St. Paddy's Day. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye. Slán.